everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. A little threatening rain this morning, but really nothing happened here in Madison, but some people got a lot.
Yeah, well, we needed some rain.
Yeah, we do.
Now it's hot and humid again.
Here we go again. And actually, the rain tops our news today. Heavy rains flooded streets in La Crosse this morning, and tomorrow is an alert day here in southern Wisconsin for more downpours. Our Julian Seawright will show us why.
A man named Aaron Rodgers shows up for the first day of Packer training camp today. Is the will he, won't he saga finally over?
Let's hope so. And wait until you hear the language used by lawmakers in an extraordinary session dealing with unemployment benefits. We're live from the Capitol. Let's take a look outside. The sun did come out this afternoon, and that brought along the heat and humidity, but these horses don't seem to mind too much. The weather words hot and sometimes stormy. Julian Seawright joins us on Live at 4 for the first time. Welcome to you.
Welcome, Julian.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's right. Hot and stormy, well, sometimes stormy, is definitely the words that we're going to be using as we go into this evening. Because if we take a look, we do have some storms that are popping up a little bit over towards western Wisconsin outside of Viroqua. And as we go in throughout the rest of this evening, we will still see plenty of clear skies around Madison, but we can't rule out seeing possibly a shower popping up for us as we get into the later parts of this evening and going into tonight. And for our current conditions, we are still warming up inch by inch, 85 degrees right now, and we are still seeing a bit of that humidity too, with the dew point at 65 degrees, so still on the muggier side. Now, as we go in throughout, this is what we're seeing throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Still into those middle to lower 80s, and then over towards the west where we saw some of those rain storms pop up and a bit of that cloud cover. It's where the cooler temperatures are popping in with those 73 degrees in Viroqua. And as we can see over to the far east, well, we're looking at those 90s over in Milwaukee. And for that, we are talking about the heat because going into our Wednesday, we do have a heat advisory for western Wisconsin that will be in effect until from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. or excuse me, 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. for tomorrow for the heat advisory. Now, as we talk about our alert day, however, yes, we are looking for the severe storms to be popping up mainly for Wednesday night. With these storms, we could be seeing some high winds, heavy rainfall, and hail, and some isolated tornadoes cannot be ruled out with those storms that will be popping up with those areas. Now, as we take a look at our traffic as of right now, along the Beltline, we are still seeing some pretty decent conditions for us along the Beltline, and onto the interstate, we are still seeing pretty green as we make those evening commutes as we go in throughout. But we are going to talk more about the alert day and what else to expect with this heat coming up in a few minutes. Till then, back to you.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Julian. Well, this summer's Aaron Rodgers watch is over as the Packers quarterback heads into Lambeau today.
He reported to training camp this morning after flying into Green Bay late last night. Sports reporter Jordan Reed is tracking it all for us. Jordan?
Well, Mark, Susan, Rodgers made quite the entrance into camp this morning. Now check out those shades. He walked into camp just hours after landing in Green Bay. One of our partner news stations shot this video of him getting off the plane just before midnight. But the important thing is he's here. We told you yesterday new reports suggest the MVP QB struck up a new deal with the team this past weekend, but it comes with some concessions. Reports say this will likely be his last year with the Pack because the last year of his contract will be voided. And the team is gathering and holding meetings in Green Bay today with actual practices starting tomorrow. Now, I'll be there in Green Bay to watch the entire team hit the field together, including that star quarterback. Mark and Susan?
All right, Jordan, thank you. Staying on sports now, Christian Yelich tested positive for COVID-19 today, despite being fully vaccinated. Yelich was placed on the COVID-related injury list. Teammate Jace Peterson was also placed on the COVID injured list due to contact tracing. According to reports, the former National League MVP was experiencing mild symptoms. Yelich played a role in the Brewers' Crush COVID PSA earlier this season, urging fans to get vaccinated. He received the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine along with the rest of his teammates who chose to get the vaccine.
World champion gymnast Simone Biles withdrew from the women's team gymnastics event today, citing mental health concerns as she attempts to protect her body and mind. The superstar gymnast brought home 4 gold medals in the 2016 Olympics. Biles withdrew after her disappointing vault, breaking down in tears and telling reporters, quote, "I have to focus on my mental health and not jeopardize my health and well-being."
I just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my Mindfulness, and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to risk the team a medal for kind of my screw-ups because they've worked way too hard for that.
Team USA is planning to have a mental rest day tomorrow. It remains unclear if Biles will compete later in individual events.
Biles isn't the only one having a rough Olympics, as Japanese tennis superstar Naomi Osaka is leaving Tokyo without a medal. The four-time Grand Slam champion lost in the third round of the women's singles. Osaka is ranked number 2 and was a favorite to win the tournament. On Friday, the 23-year-old lit the Olympic cauldron to officially open the games.
And as the Olympic Games continue in Japan, so does the rise in COVID cases. Tokyo just reported its highest ever daily number of new COVID cases. The host city confirmed more than 2,800, the highest since the pandemic began. While Olympic organizers reported 7 new cases, including 2 athletes. As the Delta variant drives the surge in cases, the Prime Minister pleaded with his people to stay home and watch the Olympics on TV.
Many state lawmakers were called back quickly from their summer breaks today as Republicans tried to override a Governor Evers' veto of unemployment benefits, and the debate took a nasty turn.
It's not a surprise the gentleman from the 53rd is struggling to retain workers. I certainly wouldn't want to work for you. It is an honor to bus tables at a restaurant. If I could pay every single one of my employees more than everyone in here makes, I absolutely would. If people are making more on unemployment, that's on us, that's not on them. I didn't confess to you. We as a state, we have not done enough in the last 10 years. This is not a
Lady,
new problem.
withhold your comments. No, I'm not kidding. Now, the lady has a right to be heard, but vulgar language is not tolerated in this chamber. It never has been, and it never will be.
The Assembly took up a potential override of the governor's veto to ending the federal unemployment benefit today.
Our Naomi Coles joins us from the Capitol to break down what would have been needed for that vote to pass. Naomi?
In the Assembly, the Republicans, or the Assembly is 98 out of 99 seats. Now Republicans would need 66 votes in order to override a veto from the governor. Right now, though, Republicans only hold 61 seats. They didn't hit that mark today, with almost everyone showing up and no Democrats voting for the override. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, the Republican Assembly Campaign Committee footed the bill for some lawmakers to fly back for the session. Ultimately, not much was accomplished, with Republicans also not going along with the governor calling a special session to redirect an extra $550 million back into schools and university. Now, the issue at stake, whether or not to end that extra federal unemployment benefit early, that's at the heart of this debate. And at 6 o'clock, I'm cutting through a lot of this political noise to show you just how complex that issue is.
Naomi, we'll see you then. Thank you. For nearly 3.5 hours, the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack heard riveting testimony from several of the law enforcement officers who were there.
Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with more from today's hearing, and we want to warn you, some of what you're about to see and hear may be graphic.
We start hunting them down one by one.
Compelling and at times explicit video recounting the moments police officers pushed back against thousands swarming the Capitol on January 6th.
The indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful.
It was accompanied by emotional testimony from 4 of the officers who were there.
I could feel myself losing oxygen and recall thinking to myself, this is how I'm going to die.
One woman in a pink MAGA shirt yelled, "You hear that, guys? This voted for Joe Biden."
What's worth all of that pain? What was worth it? What were you fighting for that day?
Democracy.
The first hearing held by the House Select Committee. They're determined to not only get to the bottom of why and how the attack happened, but to make sure it doesn't happen again.
We must also know what happened every minute of that day in the White House.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, while not condoning the events of January 6th, called this hearing a sham, saying it had a predetermined narrative after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi rejected 2 of his picks to serve on the committee.
Speaker Pelosi will only pick on people onto the committee that will ask the questions she wants asked.
This is a historic moment, and this is a democracy-defending moment.
The Select Committee has yet to announce when its next hearing will be held and who they may call to testify. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Wisconsin reported nearly 1,000 new COVID cases today. That's the highest daily total since April. And today, the CDC is updating its masking guidance as new cases of the coronavirus continue to surge nationwide. The CDC now says that fully vaccinated Americans should wear masks in indoor public settings where there's a high transmission of the virus. The updated recommendation comes as doctors blame the highly transmissible Delta variant for a surge in cases and hospitalizations, especially in unvaccinated Americans. The CDC is also recommending all staff and students wear masks in schools from K through 12, regardless of vaccination status.
Masking is really important, and it's painful to see the states that are banning mask mandates in schools, because that's going to cost lives and that's going to cost our kids learning.
The CDC says just about half of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated. To increase that number, the Biden administration announced $121 million in grants to more than 100 community-based organizations in underserved communities.
Today was graduation day at the prison in Waupun. 20 people received their diplomas and became the first class of individuals in a Wisconsin Department of Corrections sponsored program to graduate with a degree in liberal arts, a bachelor's degree. All earned their degree in biblical studies from Trinity International University.
I think one of the main things is helping others. I think that what this program has done was equip me with tools and the ability to help others who might have been on hard times or stuck in the rut or, going through prison itself, because prison is not, just an easy thing.
The program is fully funded by a private foundation and delivered at no cost to those enrolled or Wisconsin taxpayers. The school established a branch campus at Waupun Correctional Institution. They developed the curriculum and hired the staff to run the program.
Well, the Olympics continue in Tokyo, and Surf's Up.
We'll take a closer look at the first time the surfing competition has been held at the Games. That's when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. Mad City Baths is your trusted local source for custom baths, tub-to-shower conversions, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. Act now to be one of 30 homeowners who receive special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take before and after pictures, put a good neighbor sign in your yard, and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need. And we need more more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Getting your air ducts thoroughly cleaned takes the trained professionals at Stanley Steamer using the most powerful equipment to get the most powerful results. Our equipment goes deep inside your ducts, removing years of dirt, pet hair, allergens, even dust mites. Unlike other air duct cleaning companies, Stanley Steamer cleans your entire system. Just look at how much dirt can be removed. Call today for a free inspection and save $50 on a cleaning.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Welcome back. Jefferson County Sheriff's Department is at the scene of a house explosion in town of Rome. That's near Sullivan. Emergency crews were called to the area of Water and Milwaukee Streets mid-afternoon. No other details are available at this time, but we have a crew on the scene, and we'll have more information on News 3 Now at 5. Stocks pulled back from record-setting territory. The Dow Industrials gave up 85 points, ending the day at 35,058. The Nasdaq lost 180 points. The S&P 500 was off 20. Well, surfing made its Olympic debut a short time ago. Organizers moved the event up to today to get it in before a tropical storm hits.
Yeah, they have a typhoon on the way.
What next?
Despite the storm and the pandemic, fans and athletes are celebrating surfing's long journey from alternative sport to the mainstream. Members of Team USA spoke with Will Ripley about what it's like to be part of Olympic history.
About 90 minutes outside of Tokyo, the sleepy surf town of Ichinomiya. The vibe? Japanese, with a touch of California and a sprinkle of Hawaii. Carissa Moore studied Japanese in her hometown of Honolulu.
I really wanted to show my appreciation, so I was like practicing all morning and I wrote a little speech down. I think that Japanese people are definitely ambassadors of the aloha spirit.
That aloha spirit, the coordination of mind and heart, Moore's mantra in life and sport. She has her own charitable foundation for the next generation of young female surfers. She's a 4-time World Surf League champion.
It's easy to get too far ahead of yourself when you think about how big it is.
Moore is one of 2 female surfers making Olympic history for Team USA.
I don't know, it's just really fun. You know, they have a lot of experience and it's fun to like kind of soak that all in.
Caroline Marks from Florida is not even 20. She was surfing at 10.
And to be an Olympian at your age, how do you top this?
I mean, I don't know. I just like love surfing so much and I enjoy it so much. Yeah, I have tons of goals and things I want to do, but right now I'm just trying to like live in the moment and enjoy this.
While popular here in Japan, Chiba Prefecture is not exactly known as a global surfing destination. But this Summer Games cements its place in Olympic history.
International recognition for the sport, a long time coming, says the CEO of USA Surfing.
When I was in high school, surfing was a counterculture sport. I would, go to take a girl out and she'd tell her dad that I was a surfer. And it was like, oh my God.
Today, the biggest surfing stars can make millions. And the biggest name on Team USA, John Florence. World famous for his powerful barrel riding and aerial tricks tailor-made for the towering waves of his home state.
I grew up in Hawaii. We have a lot of power in the waves.
Japan's waves, relatively tame by comparison.
So in some ways it's harder when it's like this.
Yeah, for me, I find it a lot harder in the smaller waves.
Florence and the team have been training intensively in this world-class wave pool. There were whispers of moving the Olympic competition to perfect swell Shizunami, but a typhoon in the region is serving up some even sweeter swell on the coast. A new wave of Olympic greatness on the black sands of Japan. Will Ripley, CNN, in Chiba, Japan.
And Carissa Moore, who you saw earlier, won the gold medal.
Congratulations
for Team USA. Yeah.
Well, Simone Biles' decision to pull out of the team finals at the Olympics is adding new urgency to the issues of athletes and mental health.
The spotlight that brings with it plenty of attention also brings unimaginable pressure, and it can lead to a lot of tough decisions. Cassie Pasquarello is the director of clinical and sports psychology in the UW Athletic Department. She oversees mental health services and sports psychology training for Badger student athletes. Good to see you.
Hi, Cassie.
Thank you so much for having me. Such an honor to be with you today.
We're thrilled to have you. This is an important conversation. How much can your mental state have an impact on your physical performance?
We know the mind and body connection is prominent, and so they both talk to each other. If something's going on upstairs, you're going to feel it in your body. It's going to show up at the highest level at the world stage of the Olympics, and vice versa. If you're having a physical injury inside, it's going to show up and kind of question what's going on mentally.
Simone said that she's so used to having her parents in the stands. She always looked up to her parents before she got on the floor, and they're not there. How big of an impact can that have, and how can an athlete prepare for that without your support team being there?
Right, we always want to have a what-if scenario planning. All Olympic athletes have a what-if scenario planning with their sports psychology professionals and their mental health providers. But there are some that we might never prepare for. We never got to prepare for a COVID-19 pandemic, training, changes, considerations, preparing for the 2020 Olympics, and then having to pause for another year till 2021. And like you said, not having a support system like family in the stands, that might be something that an athlete would do every single time. It might be part of their pre-performance routine. They look up in the stands, they smile, they nod, they wave, they have some sort of hand gesture where they acknowledge each other, and then they're like, I'm ready. If that support system isn't there, we would need plan B, right? Like, how do we feel that? How do we find that energy inside of us and try to do everything we can to feel that, even when it's not present.
Well, when it comes to athletes in general, Olympic athletes and even Badger athletes, are some mentally stronger than others? And is mental toughness something that is genetic, or is it something that can be learned?
Great question. We often say to our athletes, you've been taught your whole lives as strong women and strong men to be mentally tough. And how can you be mentally tough and also ask for help and acknowledge you might need help at the same time? And sometimes there's a juxtaposition between those. But we at Badger Athletics, our colleagues at the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee that are supporting all of our Olympic athletes in Tokyo, we understand that you can do both. And it's critical to learn the skills, build the self-awareness of knowing when it takes the bravery and the courage to say, I've got to pause. I've got to prioritize my mental health and my well-being right now. And sometimes I can do that while I'm training and performing at the highest level on the world stage. And sometimes I've got to take a moment and make sure I'm getting the support I need.
And it sounds like Simone is taking a moment. And there's nothing weak about asking for help, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Cassie, thanks for being with us today.
A great conversation,
Great
Cassie. Yeah, great to see you, and we'll have you back very soon. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, besides the Olympics, the CrossFit Games got underway in Madison today.
Yeah, speaking of mental toughness, the Games return after pausing last year because of the pandemic. We'll tell you how you can take part in the Games coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
Dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Mad City Baths, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. With premium wall patterns like Valencia Granite and River Rock, customized with a safety seat, grab bars, and a rainfall shower head. Your new bath or shower will be the envy of friends and neighbors.
They've all been very impressed, and several have joked that they're just going to come over and start using our bathroom instead of theirs now.
And now 30 homeowners who need a new bath or shower will save. Receive free installation, 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take pictures before and after and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Havish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Well, take a look at this. Mom always said, eat your veggies, but how are you supposed to do that when they're all over the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway?
Oh, no.
A truck carrying bell peppers left the roadway, peppering it when it overturned, spilling its load. Thankfully, no one was injured, but commuters were stuck with the leftovers. All but one lane of the BQE had to be shut down while authorities clean their plates.
Some good writing there, Mark. It's still early in the week, but if your sweet tooth is already bothering you, here's an excuse to indulge it.
Today is National Crème Brûlée Day. Crème brûlée, which is French, means burnt cream, is a rich custard topped with a sugar that is caramelized with a small propane torch. The sweet treat is also known as crème Catalan. What is it?
Catalana? Crème Catalana?
And Trinity cream. It's usually vanilla flavored, but can actually be served in just about any flavor. According to the nationaldaycalendar.com, the earliest known reference to crème brûlée was in 1691.
You'd think for Julian's first day on Live at 4, we could at least get some props.
A prop?
Yes.
Right? Come on. I would love some crème brûlée. I mean, I've only had it once, but I mean, I still would love some.
Yeah, I would too. Well,
guys,
we'll work on that.
Yes, we will.
Please do.
Welcome aboard, by the way.
I appreciate it. It is wonderful to be here in Wisconsin and wonderful to be here with you guys as well. We're going to be talking more about heat and storms coming up, so stick around because we do have a first alert in our forecast, so stick around.
The installation went really nice.
Oh, they were awesome. I appreciated those guys so much.
And they do it in one day and are so helpful.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers, an A+ rating with the BBB, and will expertly install your new walk-in shower or easy access walk-in tub in as little as 1 day, backed with a double lifetime labor warranty. Listen to this. 30 homeowners who call now will receive special savings, free installation on a new bath or shower from Mad City Baths. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466. 729-4466.
This store in Fort Detrick, Maryland, isn't just any store. It's a base supply center operated by Industries for the Blind and Visually Impaired, proudly serving the U.S. military. Inside, you'll find everything from printer ink, pens and Post-its, to the uniforms worn by the men and women who serve our country. You'll also find employees with confidence and charisma. Employees like hope. See how a career at IBVI inspires our employees and how it can inspire you at ibvican.org.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. And get $2,000 cash allowance.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. Well, we got a lot to talk about because we are talking about the heat and we are also talking about some more of those storms. Now, some things we're going to need to know, the three things you're going to need to know is that those 90s are going to be sticking around. It's going to be another hot one, and we're even going to be seeing a heat advisory for some parts of Wisconsin going into our Wednesday. On top of that, we do have an alert day in effect for Wednesday because of stormy conditions that are popping up, and then we're going to be feeling eventually better. We just got to get there first. Now, as we slide in on our Doppler track, we do have just a little stray of an isolated shower that was a bit of a storm over towards Viroqua. That's where we're starting to see some cooler temperatures for us. And then as we go throughout the rest of this evening, well, we can still see some slight chances of seeing some rain, mostly into the western parts of southern Wisconsin. And then as we go in throughout the rest of the night, we're looking to quiet out. We could still see potentially an isolated shower here and there, mostly into the southeast. But then those temperatures are still going to be on the milder side. And then as we get into our Wednesday afternoon, that's where we're going to start to see a chance of some more of that shakeup with the rain. More rain showers and possibly some storms coming in, starting to push their way southeast, but then we're going to have a break, and then we're looking for another round of some heavier rainfall coming into the eastern side of southern Wisconsin, and then another round of it coming in as we go into the overnight hours, late into Wednesday, into overnight into Thursday morning around 2 a.m. with that heavy rainfall, and then it'll be clearing up. And we're going to be going back to some more calmer conditions for us. But now as we take a look at terms of our precipitation, the heavier rain precipitation is going to mostly be into the northeast and southeastern side. However, don't hold on to these conditions as we are looking at these just to be a ballpark of what we're looking at in terms of these storms and the accumulation of the rain. Now, however, we do have an enhanced risk which has expanded itself a bit more south as we go in throughout the rest of our Wednesday, looking into our severe weather outlook. We still do have some slight risk which has pushed into our alert day, mainly for Wednesday nights. That's what we're going to be targeting for real severe storms to be popping up for us. Severe thunderstorm threats, high winds, heavy rain, hail, and isolated tornado or two could not be ruled out with those storms that will be associated with that. And then as we are taking a look, we are still game planning. We are going to be determining the needs for possible system, and we are just a day away for it, so now is the time to make sure that you have what you need in case of the storms popping off going into our Wednesday nights. Now, aside from the storms, we do have to talk about the heat. We do have a heat advisory that is in effect until Wednesday at 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., mostly for the western side of Wisconsin as we go into our Wednesday. And that's because we're still seeing those heat temperatures sticking around for Wednesday. 91 degrees just only in Madison, but we are going to be looking at plenty of that hot temperatures throughout our Wednesday, aside from the stormy conditions. And then as we go in throughout the rest of the week, cooler temperatures will roll in. If you want to call it cooler, it's still going to be on the warmer side with those 80s. But for me, I'm definitely going to be a fan of the not so 90 temperatures for the next few days. A little bit less humid, and we are looking at more sunshine and more calmer conditions, which I am all too happy about.
But that's the 80s, low 80s, that's about normal, right, for this time of year?
Oh, absolutely. It is about average for us.
It's August.
Hey.
That's right.
Hey, loving it. As long as it's not humid 90,
You're not used to humidity.
No, I'm not. It's 2 years in the dry. This is a whole new world.
Get used to it.
I'm trying.
All right, Julian, thank you.
Thank you, Julian.
Breaking right now, Public Health Dane County has just released a new mask recommendation.
They are strongly advising that everyone, regardless of vaccination status, wear a mask in indoor public spaces and at indoor private gatherings. The recommendation from Public Health Madison-Dane County follows the latest guidance from the CDC, which recommends masks for everyone as cases surge across the country and the Delta variant continues to spread. The announcement comes the same day Wisconsin recorded nearly 1,000 new cases of the virus. Dane County has not had a mask requirement in place since the last public health order was allowed to expire at the beginning of June. And Dr. Jeff Potoff will be joining us in just a little bit, and we'll talk to him about it coming up.
All right, competition at the CrossFit Games at the Alliant Energy Center got underway this afternoon.
600 athletes from around the world are squaring off in feats of strength, speed, agility, and stamina. They are all competing for a share of $2.5 million in prize money, along with the honor of being crowned the fittest on earth.
10,000 fans are expected at the event each day during its 6-day run, and Josh Breiter reports from the Alliant Energy Center with what you need to know before you go.
We are hanging out with the fittest on earth here this week as the CrossFit Games officially kicked off here today. Paul Tremblay is a CrossFit representative, and Paul, you guys are super excited to be back in Madison this year. What's new and different this year that people can look forward to?
Well, what's new is that we're in person, right? So we have people in the stands, which is super exciting. We have the 40 men, the 40 females, and the teams and the adaptive athletes, the teens, all the age groups and the masters. So a little bit different from last summer, obviously, that we had it at the ranch with only 5 and 5, but we're super excited to be back and have people back in the stands and getting these athletes fired up.
As far as those fans looking to come out here, what advice do you have for them in getting tickets and coming out here to the grounds?
Well, you can get tickets online, and you can get tickets to the festival, so festival tickets or Coliseum tickets. And festival tickets, it gives you access to this. So all the events that are here on the field, you have access to these stands, and obviously just everything that's on the ground. So we're running events for the community, for the affiliate owners here in Madison. We have the CrossFit Education Squad here running seminars pretty much all day long on the hours. So there's a lot of events here. You know, grab some food, grab a coffee, and just come hang out.
Yeah, you guys really excited to be back after a tough year.
Yeah, absolutely. Very happy. And, you know, Madison's always treated us, you know, making us feel at home. So walk around anywhere downtown here in Madison. We know we're here for the Noble CrossFit Games, and that's very exciting, and we're thankful for that.
Well, Paul, we thank you for being here. We thank you for your time. Of course, News 3 Now is your headquarters for all things CrossFit coverage. You can go to channel3000.com to learn more. We've got the schedule, we've got live streams, all right there on our homepage. Reporting at the Alliant Energy Center, I'm Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
And it's the No Bull Games, not
Right,
Noble.
right.
It's a clothing line.
You had to explain that to me, too. I didn't realize it was a clothing
It'll be
line.
there Friday for the entire broadcast here Live at 4.
And the morning show will be there Friday as well.
Coming up next here at 4, Consumer Reports suggests ways to spruce up steam food.
And a new housing development on Madison's west side intends to get more people into property ownership. We have that story coming up at 5.
We all have our signature ways to serve up fresh, and the last thing you want is to run out. With Pick and Save delivery and free pickup, you can get back to putting stuff on a stick. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Attention homeowners, Mad City Baths is looking for 30 homeowners who need a new bath or shower installed in as little as 1 day. Our in-home design consultants make it fun and easy with a great selection of colors and styles. From custom tub to shower conversions infused with microban antimicrobial protection to relaxing walk-in tubs with hydrotherapy. 30 homeowners who call now will receive free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take before and after pictures, put a good neighbor sign in your yard, and compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi. I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today. TSR, one day floor.
Call 1-800-886-8411.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop any way. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Tonight at 5, Madison opens a new affordable living community. We'll hear from one person who says this really is a life-changing opportunity.
Hot and humid weather will continue tomorrow. There may be a few thunderstorms tonight, but strong to severe thunderstorms may be possible tomorrow night, followed by a break in the heat. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Assembly Republicans make another attempt to end federal unemployment benefits early. Hear from one woman counting on those payments tonight on News 3, now at 6. There's a live look downtown. Boy, you can still see that haze in the air, can't you?
Well, that's humidity too now, I think.
It's sunny, hot, and humid today. Well, summertime cooking should be easy and light, and steaming meals is a great way to cut back on calories.
It also makes for an easy cleanup, but steamed foods sometimes get a bad rap for being bland and boring. That is until now. Our Leah Lynchide and the Consumer Reports Test Kitchen have some great tips for savory steamed food.
Ann Mofflett Ryan enjoys cooking healthy meals for herself and likes the versatility of steaming.
I usually enjoy cooking chicken and fish and vegetables with steam. I was thinking yesterday that I hadn't done an artichoke in a really long time and I needed to do one.
Steaming is a great way to cook without adding fat and calories, and it retains nutrients that could be lost when boiling. And you don't have to sacrifice flavor.
Whether you use a steam basket, an electric cooker, or a bamboo steamer, here are 5 CR tips to bring your steaming from bland to bold. Why just steam with water when you can infuse flavor with other liquids? Anything from broth or beer to wine or flavored vinegars will do, but avoid thick liquids like tomato sauce, which can burn. Or you can flavor the cooking liquid. Think lemon peel, dill, sliced garlic. Steam seafood with white wine, onion, lemon juice, and herbs. A bit of sesame oil goes a long way. Chicken or potatoes are enhanced by rosemary and garlic. Spice up your foods before steaming. Brush on lemon juice or a flavored vinegar, then pat the ground spices right into the surface. Marinating foods before steaming adds loads of flavor and tenderizes the meat. A mixture of soy sauce, sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, and lemon juice makes fish fantastic. Try carrots with olive oil, cumin, coriander, and a dash of salt and pepper. Finally, try using parchment paper or foil to make a sealed envelope around foods and create steam in the oven.
Thin cuts of seafood are ideal for cooking this way. Surround the fish with a little oil, some greens, veggies, and herbs that will build up steam while it's baking.
For News 3 Now, this is Leah Lynchide. Happy cooking.
Thanks, Leah. We'll have the latest on the new mask guidelines from the CDC and Dane County.
And other COVID news and updates with UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff. He'll join us when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
To the end for the last s'more kiss.
Absolutely.
We're back at the Bruce Company after several months. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Emmy.
We're talking all things summer fun. So how can we make our summer more fun?
Well, I love to grill. Everybody loves to grill in the summer. And this is brand new from Weber, and this is the Weber Traveler.
This is beautiful.
It's really slick. It's a great size grill for a patio or a small terrace. You use the little like camping propane kits, but what's really snazzy about it is that it collapses.
Down to basically nothing.
Like the size of a suitcase.
Yeah.
And it's super sturdy, so you can take it camping. It'd be great for tailgating. And since it's gas, you don't have to worry about cooling down and having those hot coals in your car. It's really fabulous.
Convenient.
So much fun.
And this is a great time of year to take a good look at your garden and see if there's spots you could make better.
Right, you might have some holes where maybe some perennials are finished up, or maybe you had some summer annuals that didn't make it through the heat in June.
Sure.
And you want to pop in some color.
I like it.
And you can certainly do that. We've got lots of fresh new annuals here in the garden center, so petunias, ornamental grasses, all kinds of things, and some things that will even transition as you get into the cooler months.
You can spruce with Bruce.
I know, that's my new tagline.
I love it. You have some really exciting news to share with us.
Yes, I do. So this is the 15th straight year that the Bruce Company has been awarded gold in the Best of Madison Garden Center category.
High five, fist bump.
Yeah, this thing.
Congratulations. We all know why. You guys do an amazing job. Congrats.
Thank you.
I'm Emmy Fink.
I'm Lisa Briggs.
And from the Bruce Company, you are buzzed into
Madison.
We're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, local, hand-picked Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all the bells and whistles that national TV ads promise, only better, because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, the specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that calling a call center in Des Moines, Iowa.
Don't get fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and they're free.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here with our hottest sale of the year. Get 50% off new energy efficient windows. At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty. Save 50% now. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Taking a quick look at our traffic, we do have a road closure for West Belt Line into exit ramp Todd Drive because of an accident as of right now. So expect plenty of delays as you're trying to make your evening commute. And even over into the downtown area, we are still looking at some slowage as we go into our evening commute for us. And here's some of the times as of right now. So for the Belt Line to Janesville, we're still pretty on the green side with 25 minutes to get there. With Middleton to Sauk City, we're looking at 16 minutes to get from A to B. And then for downtown to Sun Prairie, we're looking at 17 minutes to get to your A to B. So as of right now, west on the Belt Line is really where we're starting to see that slowage for us, but it's going to have to just take some time when you're trying to get home for tonight. That's going to do it for traffic.
Julian, thank you. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention revised its guidance on mask wearing this afternoon.
The CDC says fully vaccinated Americans should wear masks indoors in communities where COVID cases are surging. And the change comes as the Delta variant is sweeping across the country. UW Health Chief Quality Officer Dr. Jeff Potoff is back with us. Dr. Potoff, good to see you.
Good to be here with you.
So why is the CDC doing this and why now?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we're learning about Delta variant is even those folks who are vaccinated, who get those rare breakthrough cases, they can actually transmit the virus and infect other people. Back when the CDC removed the mask guidance, we had good studies from Israel and other places that said if you're vaccinated, your risk of getting other people infected is really low, and Delta's starting to change that. So in areas where vaccination is low, so lots of people who could be infected, and cases are high, lots of opportunity for vaccinated people to come across Delta, starts to make sense where maybe we cover up those vaccinated people so they don't make unvaccinated people really sick, and we don't give this virus continual chances to mutate into a variant that defeats our vaccines.
So the breakthrough patients show some symptoms, so you know you have it.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some who have really mild symptoms. They might blow that off, but I think that's a good kind of lesson to those of us who are vaccinated. If you have symptoms that might be a cold or COVID, don't blow that off. It could be COVID. It's not likely it's COVID, but it might just be. Go out and get tested.
So if you get tested, if you're fully vaccinated and you get tested and you test positive, should you quarantine at that point?
Yeah, you know, at that point you likely can infect other people, so then you would want to isolate yourself so that you're not able to pass it on to other folks. That would be the recommendation. Now, this doesn't happen often. There's not very many vaccinated people who have breakthrough cases, but we are seeing more of it with Delta in the community. We didn't see this almost ever with those previous variants with normal coronavirus, but with Delta, it's causing that.
And what if you're fully vaccinated and you're exposed to someone who tests positive? Same rule applies?
Yeah, not so much. So if you're fully vaccinated and you're exposed, the rate of us seeing breakthrough cases are so low where you don't have to quarantine at that point, but you do want to monitor for symptoms. Just have in the back of your head, hey, I was exposed. I've got a really good chance of doing fine with this, but if I do develop some symptoms, I'm going to start isolating myself, get tested.
And just a few moments ago, Madison, Dane County Public Health recommends masks indoors, even though we're not under the CDC guidelines. We're moderates.
Yeah, our rates are moderate right now, and we do have a really good vaccination culture in Dane County, so that's helpful. You know, at the same time, I think as all this guidance comes out, we have a whole bunch of people coming to town for CrossFit. I can see some logic that says, you know what, while we're figuring this out, let's just make a recommendation that folks in indoor settings put that mask on. No harm in that, and it might come out to be a good decision in the end.
The COVID protocols at CrossFit Games are pretty intense, but I'm wondering, after what we saw at the Bucks Welcome Home Parade and just the masses of humanity, even in the Deer District.
The Deer District, right.
During the game.
85,000 people.
Are we expecting to see a surge after that?
So I think you'll for sure see some cases coming out of the Deer District, the celebration parade. I think the real question that remains unanswered is those events are outside, which is helpful. Some of those people were vaccinated. How do those things work together? And then how many cases do we actually see? Do we actually see a perceptible bump down in that Milwaukee County area? Or does it kind of get lost in the noise just because being outside and the rate of vaccination was high enough to avert any big spike in cases?
So as we sit right now, should we be wearing masks indoors?
You know, I think in Dane County, we have to figure this out. Per the CDC guidance, not necessarily. At the same time, we're learning more about the Delta variant. We're learning that it can cause breakthrough cases. You know, next week when we're talking, we very well might be masked.
Well, that's been the story all year. It's been evolving all the time and changing all the time,
Just
every day.
Get the unvaccinated convinced to get a shot.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Don't go
Mask
far.
or not? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Thank you, Dr.
You
Papa.
bet. A final check of your forecast coming up.
Medicine works in a rich body just as well as a poor body. It's as effective in 90210 as it is in 86503. Medicine will not discriminate against the color of your skin. We make medicine. Not just for some, but for everyone.
Looks like it's time to trade. Because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during trade month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's trade month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Wednesday on News 3 Now this morning, we continue our CrossFit Games coverage by checking out a CrossFit gym here in the 608.
And where you can find some free fitness classes while the CrossFit Games are in town. Join us from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now this morning.
A News 3 Now investigation uncovered hundreds of workplace safety complaints during the pandemic.
Just 12% were followed up with an inspection.
Too many frontline workers were exposed to COVID.
Taking action to get the information you deserve. News 3 Now investigates.
Taking a final Taking a final look at our weather, we do have an enhanced risk which has expanded itself along further parts of Wisconsin, and that is why we are prompting for Wednesday, mainly Wednesday nights, to be our alert day. We're looking at severe thunderstorm threats to be in effect, high winds, heavy rain, and hail, and we can't rule out 1 or 2 potential isolated tornadoes in those areas that will be seeing those severe storms. So it won't be everyone, but we could see some potentially isolated areas feeling those threats. Over to you guys.
All right, keep weather aware tomorrow. On the next Live at 4, we're keeping an eye on the weather as an alert day has been issued.
And we will have the latest from Green Bay as the Packers begin training camp. Aaron Rodgers says he'll play this season. Jordan Reed will be there. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Not only does a seamless LeafGuard gutter system add beauty to your home, it's also the last gutter system you'll ever buy. It's guaranteed to never clog or will come out and clean them for free. My team will give you a free estimate and you'll get a $100 Visa gift card with your order.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi. I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor. Call 1-800-886-8411.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here, new Aspirin arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
LeafGuard is the only gutter system to earn the Good Housekeeping seal, the leading symbol of quality, assurance, trust, and safety in America. And LeafGuard is guaranteed to never clog. My team will give you a free estimate and you'll get a $100 Visa gift card with your order.
In today's Final Touch, we have some pricey French fries for you.
According to the Guinness World Records, folks, they are the world's most expensive French fries. They are decadent and flavorable. They come with a rich, thick cheese dipping sauce, and they are served on a Baccarat crystal plate with an orchid on the side. Obviously, these are not your everyday side of fries. They are called the creme de la creme pommes frites, and they cost $200 for a plate at New York City's famous Serendipity 3 restaurant. To be clear, these are not a side of fries. These are a side of fries, not an entree. $200 for a side of fries?
It's just a side.
The chef uses only high-quality chipperbeck potatoes, which are fried in pure goose fat.